We are up. We are running on a Good Energy Wednesday. It is a KGW Good Energy Day. If you're thinking, what the heck does that mean? I'll try to explain it.
Please do.
Last month on Earth Day, we kicked off the very first KGW Good Energy Day. We thought it would be smart to coincide our good energy with the Earth. But we don't want to just wait until next Earth Day to do this again. So every month we're going to have a KGW Good Energy Day. And you'll notice online today and in all of our newscasts, we'll have some stories that really focus on ways we can all be more environmentally friendly. Some great work. In fact, if you go to a special web page that we have built, it's kgwgoodenergy.com. KGWGoodEnergy.com, or you can do it the slash way, kgw.com/goodenergy. Either way, you'll get there, and you'll find out more information about these Good Energy Days, and you can take what is known as the Good Energy Challenge. So you can go on that website, you can download that challenge board we just showed you a moment ago, and it has 16 simple things that you can do every day in your life, or at least very consistently in your life, that would really make a difference to our Earth and for our environment.
They really are pretty simple too.
And I'm looking around, Brenda, I don't know what the heck I did with my challenge board. So now I have to remember off the top of my head some of the examples. I asked you guys earlier, Brenda Braxton, would you be willing to take shorter showers?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty efficient, truth be told.
You don't have to take any shorter than you're already taking, you're saying?
I don't think so.
You're already taking short showers.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but you know.
Well, that's one of the challenges on the challenge board for Good Energy
Sure,
Day.
I could do that, yes. I won't equivocate. Yes, I could do that.
Okay, Rod, I think this is a simple one. A simple one. One of the other options on there, or not options, one of the things we're asking you to consider doing.
Yes.
Would you consider moving to paperless billing?
I do that.
100%?
I don't do it 100%. And to be honest, there are some bills I'm afraid if it just comes to my email, I will miss it and the bill will be late. And if it comes in the mail, I know it won't be. But the majority, I'm going to say the majority of my bills are paperless.
Yeah, I am not 100% paperless, but we went, when we moved 2 years ago to the new house, we used that as an opportunity to switch to paperless for a lot of those monthly bills. I think we're down to, the mortgage still comes, because that's a big one. I said, no, I want all the reminders I can get for that one.
That's the one I want automatically taken out. I never want that to be late. I also like to hold that paper and look at all the little charges in case they made a mistake.
Well, sometimes you need a hard copy for tax receipt purposes too.
Oh, excuses.
Hey, we're getting off on a tangent,
yes,
a paperless tangent here. So you can answer some of these questions with us, or just off the top of your head. Viewing audience, if you clicked on us today and you're playing the Sunrise Extra game, tell us, what are you doing in your daily life that we would consider to be an environmentally free action? That was the hardest way to explain what I'm asking. Tell us what you're doing every day that is earth friendly. How about that? We'll put it that way.
We do a lot of stuff in the kitchen because we do a lot of cooking. So I do need to get rid of the paper towels. But in addition to some of those that we buy, we've got the little beeswax, like sheets of, it's not paper, but whatever that material is, and you can wrap up open produce, avocados. It keeps them super fresh, and then you can just wash it off in cold water and just keep reusing it. What's the other thing? Oh, those little bags that are kind of environmentally friendly instead of all the plastic bags. We need to stop using those too.
Yeah. That is a big one. And that was one of the challenges on that KGW Good Energy Challenge board, which again you can download by going to kgwgoodenergy.com. But reusing or using reusable bags at the grocery store. Taking your bags with you for each trip and not using the paper or the plastic options that are available.
I do have some of those in my car now, and I'm trying to be better about remembering that I have them in my car. But I have, occasionally I remember that I put them in my car. And they're great, actually, right? They're more sturdy.
100%. I keep them in my trunk all the time. We use them at the farmer's market, at the grocery store. Although this has been a problem lately because we, during COVID, have been picking up groceries like they just bring it out, and they bring it out in plastic sacks.
Oh, they do.
So I'm not using my reusable stuff like during this particular time, but now that I'm vaccinated, I can start going in again.
Singing
back,
girl.
baby.
Yeah, I'm so happy about that. I'm feeling good.
Vaxxed and back.
Jake Moe says I use less water when I wash the dishes. I do that sometimes if I'm going to hand wash. I'll put fill the sink, put the stopper in there, or do like a little bucket and just put a finite amount of water. I can't believe that using the dishwasher uses less water than it does if you're like doing them by hand, but it does. So that's also an excuse to just toss them in and run it real quick.
So Jennifer Taft says, I'm going to go clean with Dan and Story from our 6 o'clock Story crew this morning. So we are organizing these events. Is that right? The people, apparently we've already started.
Well, today for sure. This is the first of what we think is going to be many of these opportunities. Dan from The Story is getting together with some viewers, and I think we had a max of 75 people, but they're going to be down along the waterfront today, cleaning up down there. And it's affiliated with Solve, but it's not like it's not what I would call a Solve sanctioned event. You couldn't go to the Solve website to sign up for this opportunity. It was something that was organized by The Story. You had to go to their website to sign up. But it was a pretty cool deal where I guess Dan was running stories about this sort of thing recently, and his viewers said, well, what can we do to help? We're doing all this talking about cleaning things up. What can we really do? And they decided, why don't we get together and clean up a section of the city?
I love that Jennifer's participating in that.
Thank you, Jennifer.
We have a couple others. Jack Kane, good morning to you. He says, keep the lights off during the day. That's a good one at home. And then Howard Wright, limit my time in the shower.
Yep, taking shorter showers is something that is suggested for Good Energy.
I don't take a long shower typically, and of course on this shift you're getting in and out as quick as you can, as you got to get rolling. But there is an occasion on a Saturday morning where having that hot water hit my back just feels fantastic.
You know what, kids can be the opposite of Good Energy, I've noticed, right? Because you may be taking all these efforts on your own to be more environmentally friendly around the house, and then you got to watch what your kids are doing. They are terrible about leaving lights on. Terrible about leaving lights on during the day. They are terrible at wasting now we still have paper towels in the house, but I tend to not really use them, right? We have some reusable cloths that we can use instead, but these guys are always grabbing like 3 paper towels when they take their contacts in and out, and I guess they just want to have their hands, like they can dry their hands. I'm like, dude, you don't need 3 paper towels for what you just did. I don't even know if you need any, but you certainly don't need 3. And like they just kind of pull and then rip. And you know what I mean? I'm like, what? I see that. Oh, Dad, if I don't use it, I'll put it back. I've never seen you do that. I've never seen you do that one time. One more thing I'll say about them with this whole shower business. Taking shorter showers. I know they could do 2 things. A, take more showers. For starters, they could take more showers, and the showers they do take could be spent with less water running because they take them too infrequently, in my opinion. And when they're in there, sometimes I'll check in, and they're just standing there like monkeying around, like not even like soaping up or shampooing, just letting the water hit them.
They're how old now?
13.
Oh yeah, they need frequent showers. That's about the time. It's like, whew, I remember having boys in the house, and that was not good. That's so funny. You know that whole paper towel thing when people just grab it and then it just flows? I don't know who the culprit is in my house, but that happens in the bathroom with the toilet paper. I'll see the roll like down to the floor, and I'm like, who's doing that? What's happening? I'm going to get to the bottom. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Sorry.
Didn't need to do that, but I did.
The task.
Hey, Pat Costa says, on a sunny day, my solar panels generate 20 kilowatts and charge my electric car, as well as send power out to the grid. I think that's great. You know, I am curious or a bit dumbfounded about why we don't see, especially new construction, more solar panel usage, right? Because it seems like that just makes sense and could really go a long ways towards providing eventually fairly free energy once you get over the initial cost of putting those solar panels on.
Someone just asked me yesterday, or not yesterday, I apologize, that was an error in fact. Earlier this week, not that it matters, but someone outside our building, I was doing an interview out there, and they looked up and go, you know, you could probably put solar panels on top of this building. We've got that big flat roof on top of the KGW News building here, and I was like, you know what, you're probably right. So I agree with you, Rod. I am surprised because we've been talking about solar panels for how many years now? And the fact that we don't see more of them is surprising to me here in 2021.
Did you guys see Paul Kenny? He's one of our managers. He says, one house going paperless for bills saves 61 pounds of greenhouse gases per year, and that according to the Environmental Defense Fund.
Oh, interesting.
I will say this. Would it kill those businesses that do send me the paper bills that I still get? Would it kill them not to put 6 pages of crap that I have to immediately toss? I really just want to get my 1 page of my bill.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I've heard that pamphlet that you stuck inside with the bill last month. It's back again this month. It was there 3 months ago. I got the information already. You don't have to keep sending it.
Yeah, I don't. Renee Robertson says, I use my reusable shopping bags every time I shop. I clean them after each use too. And I think we've discussed before that many of us reuse Ziploc baggies as well. Just rinsed one out this morning. So that's a way, if you're going to use plastic, get more than one use out of it before you toss it.
We have some interesting comments in regards to using less water.
Okay, go ahead.
See this one from Jack. Jack, I don't believe I've ever seen you on the Sunrise Extra stream before. Your comments are always welcomed, by the way, especially if they have this kind of humor.
Are you reading the one that I think you're going to read?
Why not?
Okay, go for
Jack's new to the program. Welcome, Jack, with this comment. He says, I conserve water at home by not always flushing. His motto is the following.
Oh, I know what this is.
If it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
People do have that philosophy. I can't quite get past that.
Yeah, good for you, Jack.
Yeah, I know, to each his own.
I'm cool with that. I wouldn't want to do the opposite.
You do you.
I wouldn't want the opposite to be true, but I'm okay with that suggestion. If it's brown, get rid of it. If it's yellow.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Jack, I want to ask Jack a question. Let's say you're having a dinner party at your house and you have some friends, relatives coming over. Do you check the toilet before your guest arrives?
Oops, I forgot about that, right? Not good. Let's see. Brenda Schellenberg says, many stores take back plastic bags and film at their entrances. That is not taken at the curb. Plastic is the most important reduction. I didn't realize that, Brenda.
Winco has big barrels in the store that I go up to in Hazeldale in Vancouver. For deposit of the plastic grocery bags.
I didn't realize that. Okay, I'm going to start doing that.
Hey, Brian Matthews, are you able to pull up the screen that shows the KGW Good Energy Challenge board again? Just real quickly, since we started with this, and I'm going to push it one more time. If you go to that website on your screen, there's also a shortcut, if you will. It's just simply kgwgoodenergy.com. But you'll find on that page this challenge board. So there are 16 things listed on that board. You don't have to print it off. That would not be environmentally friendly. You can simply download it to the pictures section of your phone, and you can digitally check off as you continue to do these things in your daily life. Now, a lot of our viewers are mentioning some of the very 16 things that are on that list, including bringing their own bags to the grocery store, including going paperless with their billing. We have Christy Shirk, who said earlier, I got to pull the comment up now. Christy, where'd she go? She says, okay, here it is. She mentions the things that are on that board that she's already doing. One, dries her clothes outside instead of using a dryer.
Nice.
2, she turns off the water while she's brushing her teeth. 3, she uses her own bags at the grocery store. And 4, she is taking shorter showers.
That's good. Okay, Chris Monson, I love this. I'm going to start doing it. I don't know why I haven't thought of this myself. Chris collects the cold water that runs as you're waiting for the hot water and uses it to water plants. That kind of makes sense.
No, it's a very good idea.
Yeah.
You could have like a little pitcher or something like that and just tuck it under there. I like that.
I mean, typically when you turn your faucet on, right, if you just turn it on, the first thing you get is the cold water, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you, something's weird in my house. We've been in this house for 2 years. It's like the faucet on the kitchen sink kind of goes out and then back for hot and down for cold, right? That's kind of the way this thing works. When I just pull it out and down immediately, like I'm looking for cold water, I'll put my hand in there and it's kind of warm. And it's amazing to me how long it takes sometimes for that warm water to turn cold.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And because I'm trying to give the dog the coldest water available. Not that he probably needs it, but I feel like I'm trying to be nice to him by giving him cold water. I'm like, where the heck is the cold water?
He's a spoiled baby.
Why does it take it so long to get cold?
That's interesting.
Anyways.
I have no solution to your problem.
Thanks for nothing.
Okay. Oh, wow. Willie Huey. This is interesting. I'm going to read this kind of on the fly, but he says, I served in the submarine force. I've dumped hundreds of metal cans filled with garbage into the briny deeps. Hold on. There is no amount of good deed I can do to make up for the amount of sins I have committed. You know, you don't really think of that as a civilian. Like, what do you do with all that? Clearly, they're not keeping it on the sub or wherever they're. Wow, I never thought of that. Interesting.
Willie, you've got Brenda Braxton thinking this morning. Interesting man he is, Willie Huey.
Oh, go ahead. You're going to read Eric's?
Yeah, Eric Smith. My wife and I never had children. Smaller carbon footprint with less people in the world.
Absolutely.
There you go. No kidding. Monica says, and Monica, I know you've chimed in before on Sunrise Extra. Welcome back, Monica Shearer. She says, I clean with stuff that I make at home. She has found recipes on the internet for home cleaning products involving vinegar, rubbing alcohol. She puts those in spray bottles, and she kind of basically makes her own home cleaning products.
And then let's see, Sonia Tomi Ha says, I make little money, so I change all my light bulbs to 7-year bulbs. My light bills have been down for 5 years.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Dawn Kimlinger says she lives with her sister and brother-in-law, and she just convinced them to start recycling glass jars instead of throwing them in the garbage. I feel like the glass jar recycling is one of the easier things to do in most neighborhoods, right? You guys all have your own separate bin for the glass recycling.
And it seems like that's one of those no-brainer things that glass is absolutely acceptable to put out into the bin. Yeah.
Did you read Penny Baxter's? Did I miss that if somebody slipped it in?
So.
Penny says, I'm a manager where I work, and I tell my employees to reuse the garbage bags if they aren't nasty. You know, like too dirty and whatnot, they reuse those. Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
I guess I'm doing that actually, now that you mention it there, Penny Baxter. We have a couple of trash cans in the house that are small, like in the bathroom, and you got to step on the thing at the bottom and the little lid pops up, and they have a bag in there so we don't dirty the garbage can itself, I guess. And sometimes I'll just empty out what's in there and put it back without actually changing the bag, because I'm earth friendly.
No, you are. I'm laughing. Willie Huey makes me laugh every morning that he weighs in. He goes, I can't say any more about the sub. The CIA is watching me.
Well, that's true, actually, Willie. They are watching, along with the FBI.
So, Drew, do you know, is it true? I'm going to share a comment from our manager again, Paul Kenny. He says, a hybrid car saves the average driver $975 a year in gas. That makes sense because you have no gas bill. And emits 46% less greenhouse gas. Do we have these little earth-friendly tips as part of this segment on our website? Do you know, Drew?
No.
We don't.
Well, we were running some of those during the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
we had like little, full screen graphics that, had little interesting tidbits.
I'll tell you what is on that website though, Rod, since you brought it up. I don't want to make this too much of a commercial. I don't think this is really though. It's a helpful tip.
Yeah.
On that KGWGoodEnergy.com website, KGWGoodEnergy.com, you'll find that challenge board we mentioned. And there's also, because Paul brought it up, there's this opportunity. OnPoint has been a terrific partner with us in many things over the years, including our school supply drive, right? Right now, OnPoint is offering a discount on car loans if the car you're purchasing is an electric vehicle.
Oh, really? Okay.
So if you go through OnPoint for that car loan for an electric car, you may save some money that way. I don't know what the percentage is that they're taking off, but I know that they're offering a discount for electric cars.
Well, we had EV8, right?
Yes.
Did we get it a couple years ago? I can't
2 years
even remember now.
Yep, 2018.
That thing is amazing. I mean, I have never driven an electric vehicle, but when I started doing KGW carpools, that's what they sent me out in. And at first I was like, dang, this car ain't on. It was absolutely silent.
Yeah.
It took a little bit to get used to, but it handles really nice. It's super quiet. I think I would at least start with a hybrid. Perhaps the next car.
I've got a hybrid right now, right? That Nissan Rogue. And I'll tell you, I did not set out to find a hybrid. Like, it just ended up being the car we got because it was 0% financing. I was like,
there you go.
That's too easy to pass up. Yeah. And there is a big difference, though, because I drive that hybrid every day, and I don't really notice the difference compared to all the gas-powered cars I've had in the past. But, man, when you step into a fully electric car and operate one of those, huge difference. Like you said, Brenda, first, you don't even think it's on when it is. Secondly, when you hit that gas pedal, I mean, it goes.
Yeah, it does.
It's just kind of, now you're not going to fly down the highway at that point. It's got a kind of, a limit to how fast, especially that little EV8. Yeah. But it doesn't take a while for that kind of gas to build up and take you someplace. You hit it, and it goes.
You guys should let me know, post on here, who should be my first post-pandemic KGW carpool guest in EV8. I'm ready to get back to some of that stuff. I cannot wait.
Were you doing carpools in EV8 before the pandemic hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't
absolutely.
remember if that was happening or not.
Michael Garrison says he recycles gift wrapping paper and gift boxes and gift bags. Yeah. And then Connie Staub Miller says that she bought her first electric car this year and she loves it.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
That's got to be sweet not to go, not to go to the gas station. And the maintenance is like, I don't know, it's like ridiculously next to nothing, right? It's what you hear compared to the normal combustion engine cars as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you just hear Michael Garrison? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Connie Staub talking about the electric car. She
Yeah.
says she loves it.
Yeah.
I know that everyone who has used our electric car basically requests to use it again. We only have the one right now in our fleet, and every photographer, whoever's going out on stories, like, can I have the electric vehicle? It really is kind of a driver-friendly car.
Eric Smith is weighing in. He says only cardboard is picked up at my house in Salem. You know, you'd have to drive a long way to, make it all happen. That's tough. I have to say, we had to take something to the dump, and I didn't actually see it, but Jeff went and dumped some things. It's over in Clackamas County somewhere. I could not tell you the name, but he came back and he was like, oh, it's just a big pit. And people drive their car up and just toss all this crap out. And it really did, seeing that visual, make us think twice about not doing that again and really trying to recycle it all. A lot of the stuff around the house we take to the Restore.
Okay.
Habitat for Humanity, they have great, big stores in a couple different locations, I think, and I've been to the one in Northeast, but it's great. I mean, you can get all kinds of cool stuff from construction sites and people's homes, and you just take it there, and then they do something with it.
So now that you're out in Clackamas County, Brenda Braxton, did you go to the dump down there by the Home Depot, or is that where Jeff went? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I looked it up, but now I can't remember the name.
Okay, that one's on Washington Street, kind of in Oregon City. But it's one of those words, right? When you say it, it really makes you think about the place you're talking about, the dump.
The dump. That's what it is. He said it was smelly and big, and there was all kinds of stuff in there.
Is that how we're going to
We can do better.
No.
We can do better. I think that's the point.
Howard Wright says carpool, Damian Lillard.
Oh, I like it.
That would be quite the get, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Especially if you were getting him say just after they win this year's NBA championship.
Ooh, wouldn't that be something? I'll start working on that right now.
Hey,
go ahead.
I was going to say our topic today has been on this good energy kick, but we also were talking this week about being fit-ish. Is this where you're going to go, Brenda?
Yes, go.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay, I'm sorry. Producer Brian Folsom found this picture, Rod, that really, he thinks, lets the viewers know just how hard you have been working out with the heavy weights this week.
Yes, that was from, this was taken after my 7-minute session that I did yesterday.
Yeah, Rod working with weights, the only thing in his forecast is gains.
Oh, you need to do a little Hans and Franz, you two.
I'm Hans.
I'm Franz.
We're here to pump
you up.
Yeah, very well done without rehearsing, Rod. That does it for Sunrise Extra on a Wednesday, a good energy day. We'll see you tomorrow on a fairly good energy Thursday.